Schizophrenia is a mental disorder characterized by abnormal behavior, strange speech, and a decreased ability to understand reality. Hallucinations, delusions, and a lack of both motivation and emotional expressions are some of the main symptoms for schizophrenia. These symptoms come to be gradually, beginning in young adulthood, and in many cases, many resolve completely. Schizophrenia can be developed at any age. People diagnosed with schizophrenia can also lack social skills due to the hallucinations and delusions they encounter. Schizophrenia leads patients to have a split mind, a reality of their own, and the reality we live in, the real world. They want to live a normal life, however, that isn't always possible for them due to the hallucinations and delusions they encounter frequently. The impacts of schizophrenia aren't limited to the person diagnosed with schizophrenia. The impacts can be present on those around the person. They aren't evil, they don't want to hurt you.
It may be dangerous to myself, but not anybody else.
Informed consent is a process where participants in an examination, study, or trial have agreed for consent over the terms of said examination, test, or etc. The need for informed consent stems from the unethical problems that come along with trials, courts, or even experiments where the participant does not know what the goal is or what the methodology is.
The informed consent is really the best document that can protect you as a patient in a clinical trial. Even though they're long and onerous to read, they're very important to understand because those are your protections.
And there really are a lot of protections to everybody who's participating in the study.
When I received the stack of papers, it was at first overwhelming because it made me realize this is really serious. But then that fear and apprehension was actually put to the side. It was a really good feeling to know that this was not something that was being done lightly.
For my study, I had two groups and with two subgroups each. The two groups were non-schizophrenic patients and schizophrenic patients. The two subgroups were the one with informed consent to my experiment and the one without my informed consent. In this experiment, I'm looking to study the effects of having informed consent or not having informed consent on the reaction of the participant in the study. My hypothesis is that the group with informed consent would have more lenient answers such as I feel cool, I feel refreshed. However, the non-informed consent group would have answers that are more like I feel awkward, this is weird. However, I also think that the schizophrenic group should have more extreme answers, such as having the more awkward answers more frequently in both the schizophrenic group and the non-schizophrenic group. Do I have your consent to flicker some water on your face?
Go ahead.
How do you feel?
Refreshed.
Do you agree for me to flicker some water on your face?
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Fresh.
Fresh? Okay, so in this experiment, how do you feel?
Weird.
Okay, how do you feel?
I feel my face is wet. I feel awkward.
As hypothesized, the group with informed consent felt it was nothing unusual. They felt that it was refreshing actually. However, the group without the felt awkward and weird. They didn't know how to react. That is because they weren't prompted to have water flickered on their face. However, the informed consent group, they already knew they were gonna get sprayed with water, so they didn't mind having water flickered on their face. For the schizophrenic group, I am unable to find schizophrenic patients that I can interview and ask, so I'm gonna have to hypothesize that their reactions will be more extreme in both the informed consent group and the non-informed consent group. This is due to the hallucinations they encounter frequently, and this might alter their reactions because they don't know which type of reality they're living in right now.